few people knew who I was, and I had quite a few followers before that, and I was doing a little bit of media, but they would always blur my face out so that you wouldn't know who the cannabis oil producer was that I was speaking to.
She was pixel lady for a while.
And they just showed my hands and my oil and stuff like that. But, no, I mean, it wasn't like this, that's for sure. And I certainly didn't expect or want it really to get this big, because it sort of made it a little bit difficult now to do the job that I need to do. So.
Yeah.
Well, officially, because the government is watching everything that I'm doing and saying in all the media and all my social media, officially, no, I'm not doing it anymore. But you just have to look around and see that none of my kids have died yet from seizures or anything like that, so I won't say anymore.
Yeah.
We have lost one little girl, but it wasn't due to the seizures, it was due to something else, and that's just something different, so I can't really talk about that one. But it has been hard. I've lost some of the cancer patients, the ones that were supposed to have had the oil that was taken from me.
So this was through lack of medication? This wasn't just an
This was from at the very beginning when they raided me. They took about 60 grams of oil, and that was 2 weeks dose for about two or three different people.
Yeah.
And it took me a couple of weeks to get more for them and catch up. And then in that time, they sort of went down very quickly, and one of them passed away, and one of them went downhill a lot, and it took us a while to get that one back. But then there's also the ones that I can't help. I can't help everybody, and I have literally hundreds and hundreds of requests, every week for new patients and to help people, and physically I can't do it. Physically, financially, it's not possible for one person to look after thousands of people, not just one person alone. If you've got a bunch of people and you've got a nice big crop growing, then that's fine. But oh yeah, the government knows exactly what I'm going through. The government knows exactly the amount of demand that there is. In fact, the prosecution was actually having a bit of a giggle the other day about the fact that it is such a stress on me and that I haven't been very well. And he was actually speaking to my lawyer and had a bit of a giggle about how the process is torturing me. And he said, "Oh, so she's tortured, is she, the poor thing?" And to be quite honest, I was getting close to sort of wanting to give up, at least the media, the whole public profile. But he actually made me decide, nah, stuff it. If they want me to break, then that's the last thing I'm going to give them. So I don't care what this takes. I'm taking this through to the end, just to spite that one person now. If it has to be. I have had it. This is not a joke anymore. This isn't funny. Destroying people's lives isn't funny. Watching people die isn't funny. Withholding a medicine that people know is saving their lives and torturing them, because they're not just torturing me, they're torturing the people out there that need this medicine so desperately, and they know that it's there and they know it can save their life, they just know they can't have it. So it's just this thing that's just out of reach that that they just can't have, and this is so unfair, and this is why I'm so angry. Hundreds, if not thousands of people out there doing what I am doing or was doing, or trying to do that at least. They might not be helping the amount of people that I was helping, but they might have 2 or 3 people that they help. They might help one other person. They might help 10 or 15. But any amount, anybody that we can help, that's fantastic. That's what we want. If everybody was to make some oil and help just one other person, that would certainly take the pressure off the rest of us. That's for sure. It's the only thing. Well, we don't like calling it Rick Simpson oil. Rick Simpson doesn't like it being called Rick Simpson oil. The only oil he likes it being called is his own oil. That's Rick Simpson oil. Otherwise, it's actually supposed to be called full extract cannabis oil. And yes, that's what we need to do. We need to teach everybody how to make it themselves. But not just the full extract cannabis oil. That's the more difficult one, extracted with alcohol. You can make an easy cannabis infused coconut oil at home, just in your cooktop, in a slow cooker in your cooktop. So easy as that. The coconut oil is actually the best. It's an infusion, so it's not an extraction, so you're infusing it together. That is one of the best products that you can possibly use because it's good for anxiety, depression, pain. You can rub it on and use it for any of the skin conditions. You can put it in the mouth and it's used for Crohn's and any of the stomach conditions, reflux. I just had someone contact me just recently and say she had massive reflux. She was getting to the point she was going to need operations. She just started using 20 to 30 mils of the coconut oil every day. She no longer needed Nexium. She no longer needed any of those drugs. And within 6 months, it's completely healed. It's completely healed. It's like she no longer has any problems. She no longer needs Nexium or any of those drugs. And the doctor said she no longer needs surgery. So
through eating it.
So just a bit of the coconut oil in the mouth. And this is the important thing. The absolute best way to dose coconut oil is sublingually, which is in the mouth. So either taking it on a spoon in the mouth, rubbing it around the gums. That is the absolute best way to get cannabis oil into the body for adults and for animals. Because we don't talk about animals enough as well. But when we're dosing animals as well, sublingually is the best way to get it into animals as well. So just a little bit rubbed into their gums is the best way. So that is the best way. The second best way is as a suppository. Some people will argue that and say that suppositories don't work and that we shouldn't use them. But I haven't found, there are some studies out there that do say that, but in my experience, in the time that I've been doing it, I have better results when people use suppositories, and there are times when people can't have an oral dose because they're affected by the psychoactive effects too much, and so the suppository is the only way to get a large dose into them without them getting any of those effects. And so I have found suppositories to be extremely effective, and in cases where people have been taking just an oral dose for some time, having no results whatsoever, we start introducing a suppository dose, and within a matter of a couple of weeks, straight away there's improvement. So we can see it ourselves. So I know that there are people out there that are putting articles out, but I'm a bit sort of concerned as to why those articles are coming out and why they're being put out, because we do know that the BHO oil, the butane extracted oil, cannot be used as a suppository because it burns the anal passage. So we'd like to know whether or not it is actually a case that the suppositories don't work, or is this the butane extraction people putting this out there because they can't use them and they don't want their patients going to somebody else and paying money to somebody else because they can't give them a suppository and they know their oil can't be used that way. So I'd like to know why they're out there, but I'd like to also say that in my experience with the patients that I have helped, and I don't like calling them patients because I'm not a doctor, but the people that I've helped, I have found suppositories to be the absolute next best way of delivery next to sublingually. Not with my oil, no. I know of other people's oil that there's been some really horrific reactions to some other people's oils, and that was why I went public and named a certain person because of the problems that we were having with the complaints, and there were massive amounts of complaints.
What's the problem with the extraction process?
I don't know what the problem was. All I know was that there were people getting a lot of bad reactions from a certain person's oil, and they were bad reactions. They were serious reactions. Katrina Mosley's daughter Caitlin had a reaction. She actually spent 3 weeks on oxygen. She actually died a couple of times from increased seizure activity. It was really quite serious. So these were things that it wasn't taken lightly. It was months and months of information coming in before I actually said anything about it. But there comes a point where we have to protect the most vulnerable people because that's who we're supposed to be looking after. We're not protecting those people. We're not doing our job. And if I have information, because unfortunately, because of the situation that I'm in, a lot of people tend to think of me as like the cannabis police now. So in other words, if something goes wrong in the community, they come to me and they think that I'm going to fix it because they know I'm pretty honest and straightforward. Unfortunately, I can't fix everything, but I also hear a lot of really, really bad things that are going on in this community, and it's really very concerning. And to me, if I hear these things and I know about them and I don't do anything about them, it makes me just as bad as the people that are committing these things. And so at some point I have to say enough is enough, right, I'm going to do something about it. But unfortunately it puts me in a really bad situation because the people that are doing the wrong things really don't like me very much and are very, very actively attacking me in both social media and